Over the last week or so, we've been hearing your complaints, those of you residents living in elevated areas, about some outages in your community. They're mainly the result of bursts on some of our older mains, and there is an active mains replacement program to remove those from the ground and get some new ones in so that you can have a more consistent supply. The General Manager is here with me, Keithroy Halliday, to talk about that and how we are responding to the situation on the ground day by day. Keithroy, always great to have you on.
Thank you.
Talk to us about what we're seeing and how we are responding to the situation with these burst mains and these outages in some of these pockets across the country.
Right. Across Barbados, particularly in elevated areas, you're absolutely correct. We have been having or encountering some complaints about outages. This is not only due to the active work that we're doing to improve the distribution system, but primarily because of a series of bursts that we have been called upon to respond to. The challenge we have right now is that our vehicular fleet has been reduced, significantly so. And by now everyone is aware that we are replacing that fleet. It's not a matter of just repairing anymore, we have to replace the fleet. And in replacing the fleet, we'll be getting back additional vehicles on the road or equipment and trucks on the road to assist us in this repair process. It is interesting to note that the number of bursts have not necessarily increased beyond what we've been dealing with for the past several months. In March and April this year alone, we've had at least 1,200 burst pipes, which is typical of the numbers that we have. They will typically range between 1,200 and 1,600. The challenge we've had is that to our response time in the required period, 48 hours say, was significantly down. We were only able to respond in 1 month to about 21% and the other month about 29%. I'm happy to say that today we should at least be receiving 10 to 12 of those vehicles that will assist us in for our plumbing crews or district crews to be able to respond so that we can get back up to where we will normally be. The whole idea though about the vehicle replacement is not just only to get back to where we were, but to exceed it. We would have spoken at length about our means replacement program, the strategic means replacement program. The first batch that we look at, the first set that we look at, will cost about 120 million. We can't fund that just like that. We've had to divide it into three. So to the residents, particularly in the east, that are seeing a series of burst mains, partly because we're now getting back replacement vehicles to be able to respond as we normally would, if not better, and partly because as we've started to pressurize our system in terms of the supply of water, we're seeing some of the older mains given away gradually over time. And like many organizations over the last 2 years, we've had our share of challenges. COVID, for instance, is one that has impacted our organization.
Our staff.
Our staff. For instance, our NRW team, our non-revenue water team, which is chiefly responsible for finding and sounding out those leaks that are not obvious, but we have, through our loggers and otherwise, determined that there's a leak in a particular area or a particular district metered area. They're down with COVID. Half of them are down with COVID, and it is a specially trained team. So we have to manage that along with the issues or the logistical issues and whether or not we have sufficient vehicles in place and so on. But I would say that where we were several years ago, certainly where we were 2 years ago, we are no longer there.
Keithroy, thanks for explaining the situation to our viewers here on Water Wednesdays. We do know it's a balancing act. We hope that you can bear with us as we try to rectify the situation. Our crews will be responding day by day to ensure that the outages in your communities are not extended. And of course, we will continue to update you right here on Water Wednesdays again. Thank you, Keithroy.
Thank you, Shane.
To you viewers, to watch this or a previous episode again, please visit our website, www.barbadoswaterauthority.com. Go to our Facebook or Instagram pages for those updates, or you can type Water Wednesdays in YouTube and subscribe to our channel. You can find us there.